Hi, I'm Kate from Knotty Collective, and today I'll be walking you through this tutorial for our Geo plant hanger. We'll begin by attaching each of the 120-inch cords to the wooden dowel via lark's head knot. Now that we have all 12 of our long cords attached to the dowel, we're going to work the Geo pattern in a 6-row sequence. Beginning with row 1, working from left to right, we're going to tie 6 square knots. For row 2 of the sequence, leaving the first 2 cords to the left aside, we're going to make 4 square knots. After we've tied the first 2 square knots in the second row, leave 4 cords and tie 2 more square knots to complete the row. Beginning row 3 of the sequence, leave the first 4 cords out on the left and tie 1 square knot. Skip over 8 cords and tie 1 more square knot, which will leave us with row 3 having a total of 2 square knots. Moving on to row 4 of the sequence, leave the first 6 cords to the left out and then tie a series of 3 square knots. You will have 6 loose cords remaining on the right side as well. Moving on to the 5th row, leaving 8 cords aside on the left, tie 2 square knots. You will also have 8 loose cords on the right side of your work. For the sixth and final row of the geo sequence, tie one square knot right in the center of all of the cords, leaving 10 free cords on either side. We will now repeat this 6-row sequence 3 more times for a total of 4 rows of the geo plant hanger design. We now have 4 sequences of the 6-row pattern, ending with 1 more row of 6 knots at the bottom. Next, we'll begin the basket portion of the plant hanger. Beginning 4 inches down from the row of 6 square knots, right in the middle of the work, so leaving 10 cords loose on either side, tie 1 square knot. One row down from this last square knot, take 2 cords directly to the left of the knot and 2 from the knot itself and tie 1 more square knot. Using the 2 loose cords directly to the right of that square knot, take 2 more directly from the right behind it and tie 1 more square knot. Next, we'll begin building the front of the basket. Take 2 cords from each of the outer sides of the work and tie 1 square knot directly in line where the 2 square knots at the back of the work were last tied. Splitting the cords in half from the last square knot, take 2 from the left side and tie 1 more square knot directly below. Repeat the same thing on the right side of the work. For the 3rd row of the basket, go back to the center of the work and tie 1 square knot with the 4 most center cords. Next, on the left side, gather the 2 cords that weren't part of the last knot and 2 from the back of the work and tie 1 more square knot. Repeat this on the right side. For the next row, leave the first 2 cords on the left side of the work out and tie 1 square knot followed by another square knot directly beside it. This will leave 2 cords out on the right side as well. Tie 1 more square knot in the middle directly below the last 2 square knots. This will complete the diamond shaped pattern in the front of the plant hanger. Take the 3 cords from the far left side and 1 from the back of the work and tie 1 square knot. Repeat this process on the right side as well. Take the 24-inch short cord from the beginning of the project and make a candy cane shape and flip it upside down, pressing the loop side to the bottom of the work with the tail upwards, and with the long tail begin wrapping around all of the cords nice and tightly to create the gathering knot. Make sure the tail is loose and ready to pull once you've wrapped the cord around at least 4 times. Once you've finished wrapping around all of the cords, feed the working end down through the loop and pull the upper end nice and tightly to finish the gathering knot. You can trim the ends and place a dab of glue on either side. The last step is to secure the 38-inch cord to the top of the dowel so we have something to hang our plant hanger from. You simply just tie with overhand knots, one to secure and the second one here. I like to wrap around once and twice and pull it really tightly on both ends because this will be carrying the weight of whichever plant you decide to place in your hanger. Repeat the process on the other side. Trim the ends. I like to put a little bit of super glue on these ends to reinforce the weight that the plant hanger will be holding. And then you finish your geo plant hanger. See you next time.